morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you watching this. So I was just sitting here editing a photo and figured that why not create a tutorial, or at least might even do a speed ramp or something like that. Probably gonna be about a 10-15 minute video possibly, but a lot of the time I don't actually really I guess go into the high detail editing and stuff like that. And not, I don't want to say it's not my thing, but for what I offer to my clients, they're more so a batch photo type of process where you get more for your money, rather than giving you a few photos that are like really high end retouched. So a lot of the time it's more so natural edits, basic edits, I would say, like fixing color correction, um, straightening the photo, adding a little noise reduction, stuff like that. Not necessarily going in and retouching the skin and and everything. And that's more so to keep it cost effective for my clients. Um, so yeah, but anyways, if I was going to do a little bit higher end retouching and like not really fully using Lightroom and saying, all right, cool, I'm gonna bring it into Photoshop, this would kind of be my process. Now, I'm not gonna go overboard. I'm still learning a lot of the things like the frequency separations and dodge and burn techniques and stuff like that. So I probably will play around with the frequency separation a little bit. Um, I'll walk you through it and stuff. But like I'm still learning, so it's not gonna be perfect, and I'm actually okay with that because as I continue to mess with it, you'll begin to see the difference in my photos. More so my promo images, if anything, the stuff that I kind of put on my page or my website, stuff like that, because those will be the photos that I will, go ahead and do the higher end retouching. But for now, this is like my basic editing flow. So I went ahead and created a. So actually, we'll start from scratch. So I'm gonna create a copy. Now, the reason I create a copy is because it allows me to see kind of my before and after, so I can click that and see kind of what it was before I began doing any editing. I'm gonna rasterize the layer because I know the way that I actually brought it in as a smart object or image or whatever, it's not gonna allow me to really edit. Um, so, anyways, like I said, everybody's technique is different. This is mine. I'm not trying to be one of these random people on YouTube that's gurus with the editing and stuff like that. Like I said, I've been doing this for years, but I'm still learning as well. So as the game changes and it elevates and new things become available, like I said, I'm literally learning just like the next person. You know, I'm big on you don't know everything. You cannot know everything. Everybody has to learn from somewhere. So I've been kind of trying to attend some of these conferences and workshops and doing a little studying on YouTube to see kind of like what's new, how are people approaching certain editing situations, different things like that. Um, and just trying to continue growing myself. But again, this is not really something that I would do for majority of my sessions, just because I price my photos in a way to make my service affordable, so that I can give my clients about 20 to 25 photos, and it makes people feel like they really got their money's worth. I mean, because it's not like the photos are gonna be bad by any means, but it's just if you want stuff like and this client, she's gorgeous, but there's still different things that we can do to enhance the photo. I'm gonna remove the scar from her leg, maybe the blemish around the knee, um, and she has any type of blemishes on her face, different stuff like that. We're gonna remove all that, and just kind of enhance it a bit. But even if we just did a basic edit, it would still be cool because, I mean, it was a decent photo, great pose, great smile, everything, makeup, outfit, everything was on point. So it's not like you have to do a whole lot, but I'm just figured I'd just show y'all, what I would do if I was just doing this for my own personal use. to add to my website or add to my IG or Facebook or something like that. So just in case, so you can follow me, what I've been doing, I use the spot healing brush tool pretty much to kind of take off some of these. I had some spots, I guess, from the lens sensor or something like that, and then some little things going on over here. It was a little piece on the backdrop that was kind of weird. So I just went ahead and used that to kind of heal those areas and kind of fix it. It doesn't look as bad. You probably can't see it too much, but if I uncheck it, you'll see like around this area, you see the little line in the backdrop, stuff like that, and that's gone now. So now what I'm gonna do, kind of similar to thing, I'm gonna keep on using the spot healing brush. Now, like I said, everybody's process is different. Some people go ahead and retouch all this stuff, and then they'll use the clone stamp tool at the end, and I mean we can do that too. But like I said, this is just the way that um, it's my method. Everybody's method is different to achieve the results they're going for. So what I'm doing is pretty much trying to take away some of the blemishes, like anything that maybe some of the little lines in the skin and everything, uh, just to kind of make it look a little bit more unison, I guess, in the skin texture. Um, do the same exact thing with her face, and you'll notice some of the little small bumps will become removed. And I mean, and this is definitely a tedious process. And again, that's why this is not something that I offer to my everyday clients. Now, would I like to? I would love to, but at the same time, I've been doing this 10 years, and my thing has always been, I want to make sure that I'm at least affordable enough where if people want to work with me and get a session from me, they can. Now, if a client comes to me and they're like, hey, Rob, I love your photos. You know, I want to do a photo shoot, but I'm really looking for a little bit more of the high end skin retouching. I've got scars or I've got blemishes. I'm getting my makeup done, but I want it to look as good as possible. Then, what I would suggest, I would say, okay, cool. So we need to kind of create you a package that's more so tailored and geared specifically towards that. So rather than getting 25 edited images or retouched images or whatever, because that's going to be more so Lightroom, and it's going to be just really light touch ups, like I said, saturation, vibrance, color correction, stuff like that, realigning the photo and everything. And if you're wanting like what I'm doing right here, where you're removing the blemishes and stuff to kind of make it look a little bit, you know, I guess more satisfying, if that's the look, because everybody has some type of insecurity a little bit, so that's typical. We're gonna remove the lines in the neck just a little bit, make it look real nice and smooth. What I'll do is once I'm finished a little bit more, I'll show you kind of like a before and after as far as where we're at right now. And like I said, I mean, everybody's method is completely different. It does not make any method any better, any method any worse. It literally just depends on what you need, you know, and yeah, I mean, what works best for you, because I mean, I can watch a million videos. Sometimes, it might sound silly, but sometimes a person talking, I just can't really rock with their voice, and it's annoying, and it's like, because of that, I can't even watch the video. I mean, now some people like, bro, you got the wrong thing in mind. If you're worried about the voice, no, I mean, I hear you, but for me, the voice matters. Like, especially when there's a million other videos that you can watch online saying the same thing. I personally, I can't stand, listening to somebody that I just don't understand. So what I'm gonna do, hold on, I'm gonna show you a quick before and after on what we have at this point. Now, and you know what? To some people, this might be enough when it comes to the retouch. So look at the face. Can y'all see the difference? And just some of the blemishes. Look around this cheek area. Look around that eye, around the forehead. You can even look in this area, and then real easy one is look at the line on the neck. So we'll bring it in. It's like all cleared up. Now you can go in as much detail as you want. I mean, you can do this for hours. For the sake of the video, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna do that because I know we already dragging at this point. But I wanted to do this in real time because, shoot, why not? But yeah. So anyway, so that's that's good enough for now. Like I said, we can definitely touch up around the shoulder, different stuff. I don't want to take away the freckles and stuff that is part of her skin tone. So let's go. Let's slide over. Come to the legs. We're gonna touch up this little spot right here around the knee. Make that a little bit bigger. So what I'm using is my brackets on the keyboard. I'm using a Mac. I'm using my brackets to enlarge the thing or make it smaller. Like I said, everybody's method is completely different. I'm not here to challenge you or, you know, I mean, I don't care about you critiquing me, but yeah, like I said, I mean, everybody's method is different. I'm still learning myself. I mean, even though I've been doing this for a long time, um, yeah, I mean, there's still new things. It's always changing, and I don't use Photoshop for majority of my edits. So I'm getting tapped back into that a little bit, and I'm having a good time with it. I love the results that I'm getting from playing around and messing around and stuff like that, and yeah, I've been happy. So we're gonna take away this scar. Still using the spot healing brush. Like I said, some people may edit the whole photo and then choose to use the clone stamp tool, whatever, the clone tool, whatever. Everybody's method is different. This is my method. So, you know, there's plenty of options if you're not crazy about the way this one looks. Keep in mind too, um, as you get closer to like this dress or whatever yours is, you may want to bring your um, your brackets a little bit smaller because you don't want it to say you don't want to do well. It didn't do it, but sometimes the dress can bleed into the skin if you're not careful. So yeah. So anyway, if I did a before and after, got the scar, got some stuff over here, no scar. So we're gonna touch it up just a little bit more. See if we can kind of clean it up just a little bit, and we'll continue working with it, and it'll look even better by the end. So yeah, so I'm trying not to go too overboard because then it'll start looking a little bit weird, and the skin won't look as natural, I guess. So we'll catch that area. Some of it is lighting, some of it can just be shoot the way that your skin and body is. Sometimes you get random lines and stuff in areas, so we can kind of touch that up just a little bit. It's really not that important. I really highly doubt even her, the client, is looking at this very part. I mean, but you never know. Shoot, you never know. All right, cool. So we'll make this, and if you can see, so you can see obviously the scar that's very noticeable. Got some. If you come in a little bit, it's a lot easier to kind of see what's been done. Cool. So, anyways, so I'm cool with that. So clearly, as you see, you can see like some of the side of the backdrop. We're gonna fix that. I'm not going to go too crazy with it. Let's hit our crop tool. I want to keep everything besides that side. I always like to make it full screen and kind of zoom in to see what I really like, framing wise, because sometimes I do like it to be like a little closer and stuff. Sometimes it just gives like a nice look for what I'm really going for. But for now, we're just gonna keep it full wide like that. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open up this. I'm gonna go filter, then I'm gonna go to camera raw filter. This is pretty much, if you use Lightroom, I don't care what nobody says. Everybody's got their own opinions and stuff. This is literally Lightroom. Like seriously, this is legit Lightroom to the fullest. So, I mean, like I said, everybody is different. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna brighten up them lips a little bit. If you come over here, it'll select the people in the photo with the newest version of Lightroom. I'm gonna select her, and then I'm actually gonna go to the lips specifically, which it highlights the lips. We're gonna create. I'm going to increase the saturation on this because I want I don't. if I go down, it'll make them like that. So what I want to do is kind of pop out that vibrance. That kind of gives me that look that I want. It's not doing a whole lot. We can highlight the lips just a little bit more, uh, but I mean, I don't want them shining or nothing. So, but boom. All right, cool. So I'm straight with that. Let's go back to our regular sliders. Add a little contrast. Um, as far as on the detail, I always like to sharpen my photos. We can come closer to our face. Obviously, it's really sharpened. Um, if you increase the details, you'll see the difference. I don't want mine looking overly sharpened. I always love to add some noise reduction. That's me. You know, everybody's different. With that, when you add the noise reduction, it might be good to increase the sharpening details because, as you can see, it might become blurry, and that you don't want that. So, I mean, you can adjust it to your liking. Um, I think I'm okay right around that. I might increase the sharpening just a little bit more, and maybe bring down the noise reduction just a little bit. Um, like I said, this is my method. This is what I like to do. This is how I edit my photos. I'm going to the color grading. No, I'm not. Go to my curves. Actually, we're gonna pop that. See, now this part is actually, I'm not going to curves either. Now this part is a little bit different than Lightroom. Let me see where they got it. Okay, so we're gonna do the color mixer on here. We'll go to the red. I'm gonna pop the red out because that's the overall backdrop. That's the lips. That's the roses. That's everything. So we're gonna increase that because, I mean, why not? It just makes it look better. It just makes it look better. It's not really affecting the skin like that. So I mean, hey, I think we're good with that. So I'm gonna increase it to about that. We got a little bit of contrast. Don't want to make her too dark, but I'm cool with that. Up the shadows a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna brighten this side of her face. Don't necessarily need to, but I'm gonna do it just a little bit. Create a new mask. We're gonna use the brush. I'm going to hold on now. Increase the shadows and exposure just a little bit. See how that hits. It might be too much. It's actually not too much. I'm gonna hit that nose a little bit. I don't know if I like that too much. I'm okay with that. Maybe get around the shoulder area a little bit. And from here, you know, if you want to adjust it a bunch, you can see where it makes the difference. It's not necessary. That would make your photo look quite odd. If anything, just hit like them little dark spots. But sometimes, you know, shadows are good. You want shadows in your photos. Kind of gives like more of a dramatic edge to it. You know, you don't want your photo completely bright. Um, yeah, sorry for the notification, y'all. I gotta keep up with my sports too. Um, all right, cool. So, anyway, so we can go back to the sliders. As you can see, there's a lot of work for one photo. So, you know, when people come to me and you know they're expecting these high end, you know, retouches and stuff, like you gotta understand, like, yo, it's a lot of work. So if you go to our before, you see that's what we started with. This is where we at so far. So what I'm gonna do next, um all right, so next what I'm gonna do is called a frequency separation. I'm not gonna go into a bunch of detail on that because like I said, I'm still learning with that. um but I'm using a 16-bit image. So I've downloaded these things over here over time. I would say over the last few months. They're called actions. And it kind of makes your workflow a little bit easier so you don't have to kind of go through all the steps um, of doing each one of these like one by one because it literally could take forever. So anyway, so when I hit my 16-bit, it kind of go ahead and creates um, it creates and runs the action for me. Let me see. Where was it at, on 12 or something? Let me bring it back where it was. It was on, I think it was on 10. Anyways, sometimes I just kind of play with it just to kind of see the difference in the look of it. How does it change my image? Doesn't look like it changed it much for real. Let me see. All right, so we're gonna go back. And my computer could just be delaying, to be real, just because I'm doing a video. So, anyways, whatever. All right, so as that adds on there, and you know what? To be real, I might actually switch that too because I like one of these other actions from someone else. So anyway, so basically you got your textures. Always always delete the copy just so I don't get confused. But so basically, it looks really weird. And honestly, I actually increased it too much. So what I'm gonna do? Uh, I don't know. I might. Let me see. All right. So we're gonna use the mixer brush. Supposed to have a clean brush. The settings for this particular action is this is what they've put. Everybody's a little bit different. I'm gonna increase the flow a little bit because it's kind of like I guess the opacity of it, and I want to make sure that it's seen. So, all right, so I'm gonna increase this. So basically, at this point, you're just kind of mixing skin tones and stuff. It looks really funky, especially right now. And I wasn't even thinking because I don't normally use this particular action, but you're literally blending the skin. Now this can be very time consuming, and I know it looks really strange on here, but like this particular person that I had purchased these actions from, they prefer to use the dust and scratch method rather than the Gaussian blur. Um, and I mean, like I said, that takes it again to like, everybody's method is different. Because I've seen plenty of people that use the Gaussian blur method, and it looks amazing. But this particular guy uh, uses dust and scratches. So it's not like he doesn't know what he's talking about or anything. It was one of those where it was a little bit easier for me to follow, and I liked the way that he kind of put everything in almost elementary terminology for me. And like I said, even with me doing this for the amount of time I've been doing it, you know, everybody, you have to find what works for you. You can't do what works for the next person, or because everybody learns a little bit different, and everybody's speed of learning is a little bit different. So you have to figure out what works for you. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm blending the skin tones from light to dark. There's gonna be highlights. There's gonna be shadows, different things, and using this method again, it's very time consuming. So again, when people want all of this extra skin retouching, yeah, it can be done, but not for the price that I normally charge. It's just not. It's not gonna happen. Like I refuse to do this for 25 photos for little to nothing. You know, and I'm big on I don't ever want money to be the main topic of discussion for me and my clients. I feel like it kills the whole experience. You know what I mean? Like so, and that's why I use the platform that I use. I use Square because it allows me to just direct people to my booking site. And when it comes to all the money questions and what's included and all of that, it's all on there, and it just kind of takes the whole money aspect completely out of the conversation. Hey, direct them to the website. It's got all the information on there, and boom. But for people who really want this more smoother look, let's see what we're looking like. So as you can see, if you look at the before, things are a little bit hot in some areas, a little bit unbalanced on the skin texture. But when you add this, you can tell we're smoothing things out now. Like even look around the forehead, look around the cheeks. So it looks really weird as I'm doing it, but it is for a purpose. Sorry the video's so long, but I'm just trying to I'm just trying to give y'all step by step. I know I got a lot of people that um I like to mentor and people that watch some of my stuff, and these are videos that I watch on YouTube and that I watch just from other creatives and stuff like that, and it it motivates me and kind of pushes me like, dang, shoot, that looks dope, or I like that. And like I said, I mean, my method, what I'm doing, might be completely different from the next person, but this is just how I do mine. Not saying that anybody else is inaccurate or that my method's better. This is just from me studying and me watching a ton of different videos and stuff. This is what I wind up finding out that works best for me. And I feel like again, I try to find people that I can relate to a little bit more, that kind of seem a little bit more human like. Not so much like so perfect and by the book. It's got to be this way. It's got to be that way. If you do it the other way, then you're messing up your edits and this and that, whatever. Okay, cool, whatever. Like shoot, it's meant to be messed up. Ain't nothing supposed to be perfect anyway. So again, what we've been doing. Oh, you know what? I might actually jack this up a little bit down here, just from talking and not paying attention. Let's see what our legs is looking like. Okay, now we good. So as you can see, if from the before, it's not as smooth. After, we're looking a little bit more smooth. And I mean, you could literally do this, I mean, for a long time, man. Like I'm trying to tell you, like if I wanted this to be like perfect, I mean, I could do this for a very long time, but I just want to give you like a basic idea of what I do if I'm like retouching a photo. And like this is more so something I do for my own personal. Now, okay, so once again, before, after. Actually, that's not even accurate. This is before, and this is after. So that's before. You see, we got our spots, we got our line in the paper, we got our scar down here, we got the scar on the knee, a little bit unbalanced on the skin around this area. We got the line on the neck, just for some things of for you to pay attention to, because sometimes it can be like, dang, well, he didn't do much. Nah, we did quite a bit. Like even look at the face from before. Look at that. We popped out. We enhanced the lips a little bit. Now from this, like a lot of times people, now you might want to like give a little bit more exposure around the eyes. You may want to do some dodging and burning, different things like that. Like this, like I said, I mean, you can literally go on and on and on. I'm not going to do that. I mean, cause this will be a 3-hour video, and I think I'm already pushing it a bit. So yeah, so you can go on and on. Now, what I would do if I just want to just keep kind of playing around with this, I would definitely keep trying to mix the skin so that this area that I'm messing with around the eyes and different stuff, it kind of blends a little bit, because it's definitely a bit hot, as you can see, because I guess of the lighting or whatever. Maybe around this chin area too, because the whole point is you want to blend the skin, so yeah. So anyway, so what we can do here, so now that we have blended the skin a bit, and it's looking pretty decent, easy fix for some of this, we're going to touch our textures, and I am going to use my clone stamp tool. Now this kind of samples the area that looks a little bit better, so, and then once you use your option key, hit it, and then I'll kind of start cleaning up. Okay, I messed up on that one. Start kind of cleaning up some of these other areas, and let's just see how it looks. Now, I could be jacking this up because I'm kind of taking away the highlight on that cheek, so I'm gonna see how that looks, because it might not look good at all. Now, I'm the only one clearly that knows what it looked like before, so if it don't look right, we can easily fix it. But a lot of the time, this kind of helps to clear up the cheekbones and stuff. And yeah, we'll just hitting the option click to get a clean, nice spot. And this pretty much just takes that spot, samples it to another spot. Now I don't know that I 100% like this because I think I've jacked it up a bit. But now that you see the before and then you see the after, so we could just keep on playing just to kind of blend a bit better. Ooh, I'm messing up, but yeah, definitely messed up on them last few for sure. But as you can see, it's definitely clearing up the skin a bit. Like, look at our before, look at our after. Yep. So it's a matter of really just kind of messing around with things and just kind of seeing what looks best and what what doesn't fit. Now, what you don't want to do is completely change the look of their face either. You want to keep it looking natural. And like there's some spots on here that I know for a fact that I've kind of jacked up. So that's gonna be up to me to kind of fix that. And it might not be in this video just for the sake of time. But basically, I'm just kind of showing you my method and what I would do if I was editing this photo. So as you can see, we're clearing up them areas that I was talking about. They kind of looked a little hot or blotchy or whatever. So, but again, you do not. Now I could tell I've kind of overdid it a bit on this side, and that's something that, oops, that's something that I'll have to kind of go back and fix. But let's fix this side real quick too, because I don't want it to look super fake. Like that's the main thing. Like sometimes you can kind of overdo it and it'll look unnatural. And some people like that look, but I think as a photographer, I don't think that's what you want for real. Or at least yeah, that's not what I want for my photos. So anyways, let's see. Yuck. Yeah, so if you can see what I'm doing, like when I'm clicking here and I'm going, trying to fix that little dark area, what I was doing is I was actually jacking it up. It's creating like a dark spot, and you can still kind of see it right there. Now, some of that is just makeup, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave that alone for now. So let's touch up this area a bit so we can catch that highlight off of her chin. Again, it's blending it together, taking a good spot. All right. So I hear my little baby waking up and getting up upstairs too. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up because I already know she's gonna come down here and interrupt it if I don't. So I probably got like 3 to 5 more minutes tops. And I mean, y'all see what I'm doing for the most part. So again, before, after, before, after. Um, and like I said, I mean, I can do this and and fix everything to the point that you don't see any blemishes. But again, my little girl's waking up. I think we're probably, I mean, this video's got to be like 30 minutes already. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up just because I don't want to have my 4-year-old in the background of the video. But yeah, man, if you got any questions, hit me up. I'm gonna just start doing more tutorials like this and trying to do more videos in general because I enjoy it. I enjoy teaching people. Again, my method's not perfect. I'm still learning. There's some different things I wanted to continue doing on the video, but for the sake of not having my baby girl kind of intrude, we gonna stop it there. But if you see the before, this is what we're looking like. If you see the after, before, after, you know, again, we can literally keep keep doing this and keep fixing stuff and keep going and going and going. But I'm not even gonna keep questioning myself. Um, before, after, before, after. So this is what I would say our finished product comes to. Again, I'm gonna have to fix them like this part of the eye just because I don't like it, and I'll probably fix this part too. The same thing I did with the face, I would suggest that you do with your legs as well, and that way everything kind of blends and you don't have any anything that's not fully blended together. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all watching. And if you want to see more videos, then drop me a comment. I'll probably throw this on YouTube too. So like, subscribe, all that. If it's on Facebook, share that thing for me. If it's on IG, go ahead and share that as well on your story for me. And yeah, let me know if you're rocking with it.